Baraka's response to the difficulties that parents in Newark have received and experienced over the One Newark enrollment process. Coming to the microphone next will be Mayor Baraka to discuss this issue. Any members of the press who have a question may ask the question after he finishes speaking. I will take questions from the member of the press only. If anyone else has a question or a question on a different topic, including the press, please see myself, Sikhi Nicole, immediately following the press conference, and we'll try to address those on the side. Thank you very much. I now introduce to you Newark Mayor Baraka.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say thank you first for attending this press conference this morning. I see some council president, Councilwoman Jenkins is here. So thank you. So I'm sure everyone knows yesterday was all over the press. I was even ran out my press to get information. My office received many phone calls yesterday from parents around the city about what was happening at the Enrollment Center yesterday. Upon receiving those phone calls, I immediately went over to West Kitty vocational site to see what was happening. Upon my arrival, as was already outlined, there were several parents outside. I would say anywhere between 200 to 300 parents outside that seemed disgruntled, disorganized at best. I went inside, there were folks in the cafeteria, folks in the auditorium, folks in the hallway. Didn't seem to be a clear chain of command or information that was being disseminated from one location. I went into the auditorium, it was very hot. In there, they had apparently given out 600 numbers to parents to be seen to get their kid either registered or change in location where parents had registered once before and was not satisfied with the location that they were given. When I got there, they were on number 23. Number moved to number 90. While I stood there pretty quickly, they started at 8 o'clock. I arrived there sometime between 12 and 1. So between that time, they were only on 20, 30 folks. So I automatically knew that they were never going to see the 600 people that actually had come there and received numbers to get their child registered. Besides the fact there were another 200 or so people outside the facility trying to get in. They immediately made a decision to tell the people outside that they were not giving out any more numbers. This was around close to 1 o'clock. We had probably been standing there for 2 hours before that, so they left. They gave folks who had numbers, they told them eventually that they also had to leave. They come back the next day and they would allow them to be seen. And I understand today, because of my presence and the news and everyone else, that it's a little bit more orderly today. And I want to congratulate them for being orderly today. But the deep problems still remain. The issue of parents not being able to register their child 2 weeks before school is starting is a problem.
That's right.
The problem where parents who live across the street from the school, parent approached me and said, I live on Bayview, which is on the borderline of Hillside, and he wanted to go to Chance Avenue School on his own, by the way. He chose to go to Chance Avenue School, but his daughter was told that she had to go to Elliott Street School, which is in the other part of the city. He was concerned. There was a parent who had a special needs child who was rejected from 5 different schools that she had applied to and was there that day trying to find a school for her child. There was another parent who had 2 kids. One was accepted to a school, one wasn't accepted to a school. One was accepted to a school that she chose, and the other one had no placement and was being told that they had to go to a school somewhere else across town after the first child was being placed in a school in their neighborhood. There were many parents who were placed in schools who thought that this process process meant they had the choice to choose between schools that they thought they should be able to go to, that these schools were always successful schools. They got none of their choices and were told they had to come back again, and they still got none of their choices. They were put on the waiting list and were told yesterday that they were going to be put on the waiting list again. There were also two parents that I came across who were not Newark residents. One parent was from East Orange, and one parent was from Irvington. They both were there because they had enrolled their child. They had filled out the application for one Newark to put their kids in charter schools in the city of Newark when they lived in East Orange, lived in Irvington, and asked the mayor for his help to get that to take place. And while I don't blame the parents, I think the parents are trying to find decent schools for their children, no matter where they live, whether they're in East Orange or Irvington or Newark or Hillside. They're trying to find a decent school for their child. And so this application process seemed plausible to them to put their kid in there. The only problem that I have as the mayor of the city of Newark is that the taxpayers' money in the city of Newark cannot pay for children to get an education from East Orange and Irvington and Hillside and those kinds of places. Particularly if we're losing resources in the city, those things need to be vetted out. I've also found out yesterday that there were buildings that were turned over to some charters that do not have leases or COs, certificates of occupancies as of yet, nor did the parents do the legal thing, which is to vote 50 plus 1%. Parents had to agree to turn the school over to another management. That also did not happen. So all of these things, and I probably can talk for at least an hour on the anecdotal information that I received being at West Kenny for over an hour, talking to various parents who lined up in a line to talk to me over and over and over again. Who, by the way, thought I was in control, some of them, of the Newark public school system, who didn't see the governor's video where he said that he was the decider. So, which is probably a good thing, because I wouldn't want to be the decider over what's happening now. And whoever is the decider now should obviously get involved and decide to do something about what's happening in this city immediately. I have a meeting with the Commissioner of Education early next week. I have a meeting with the Superintendent, Tammy Anderson, next week as well, to discuss all of the things that I just outlined here this morning, and to further express the outrage of Newark parents, Newark residents, of a plan that obviously was not thought out, that's being organized on the cuff as it comes along, that was not vetted, and to talk about how we begin to make this thing work. Parents have to go to school, their children have to go to school. You cannot tell parents a week or so before school starts that they do not have a school location for their child.
That's right.
When, if this plan did not exist, parents could have walked to any school in their neighborhood and registered their child on their own. You do not take over the process and make it more cumbersome. You take over the process to make it easier, simpler, to make it more equitable. But we've created a process that not only made the process more cumbersome, more tedious, but less equitable at the same time. This is why I think we need to intervene. This is why I'm lending my voice to this situation. I've tried over and over again to play nice, but this is not a nice situation. And it's time for us to express our outrage in this and to speak up on behalf of parents and children in the city who are obviously being mistreated. I had the opportunity to stand in there and watch parents get up and yell and scream at the top of their lungs in the back of the auditorium, obviously and clearly frustrated and angry at the process, not even knowing who was in charge of what was happening that day. No one stepped up and said, I am in charge. The superintendent never came to that scene. I I think that she should have showed up there and she should have taken responsibility for what was happening in there that day. She did not. The mayor of the city, I thought it was prudent for me to show up and take some responsibility for what was going on, and took some of the blame for what was going on that day as well, even though I'm not the decider. I took the responsibility of trying to assuage the anguish and anxiety of many parents. So I'm asking that the governor, who is the decider, come in to the city of Newark and intervene immediately. We need to overhaul this One Newark plan. We need to begin to think about analyzing, evaluating the superintendent's role here in the city of Newark, and begin discussing with parents ways to move past this present situation.
That's right.
And community folks. They put together a community panel that I haven't heard anything about as of yet. Hopefully in my meeting with the Commissioner of Education that he expounds upon that more, and we begin to discuss Newark beyond the present superintendent. With that being said, I'll open it up for questions for anybody who has any questions.
Mayor, in spite of your request for meetings, is it the ultimate reality, though, that it's not a whole lot you can do except complain?
Well, I think that this country is built on people trying to redress their grievances. And as the mayor of the city, the largest city in the state of New Jersey, I think that our voice is loud enough to be heard. And ultimately, we are going to express it until it is heard. And we are going to continue to organize in this city, even to make sure that our kids get a decent education, that the institutions in this city are organized and used for the benefit of the children of this city. And we're going to do that despite what happens with the superintendent and One Newark plan anyway.
Mayor, you support been a number of activists who are making a boycott. Do you support a boycott?
Well, I will tell you this. I know that there's parents that are concerned about their children getting an education. And I think everybody has the right in a democracy to do whatever it is that they want to do, right? So if folks want to boycott, they have the right to do that. If folks want to homeschool, they have a right to do that as well. If people want to protest and picket, they have a right to do that. The Constitution of the United States allows people the opportunity to redress their grievances, and I support people's right to redress their grievances in a way that they think fits them and in a way that's orderly and organized in this city. As the mayor of the city of Newark, my job is to make sure that every child has access to free and unfettered, decent education in this city. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that that happens, to make sure that our children are getting an education from September the 4th until whenever it is they can get that, no matter where it is. My job is to make sure that kids are in a structured learning environment, and I'm going to support it and make sure that happens.
You touched on this subject yesterday. We met many of them. One of them out crying after the meeting because she has 3 children. One is 7 years old, and her child, she applied in January, and 2 weeks before school starts, she finds out that her child is going to cross the canal. And she has no means to get her child there, so she says, I can't send my child to school. What can she do? Is there any help for her? Can she do that?
Well, I think that's a question you should ask the superintendent. But ultimately, I spoke to that parent as well. There is a transportation kind of system that they're trying to organize now in hindsight. And there are a lot of folks that are paying money or giving money to this process to help people transport. But just like the One Newark plan itself, a lot of these things are being thought of on the cuff as we go, and so there are a lot of parents who have no knowledge of any of what I just said. And it's not thought out to the extent that they allow you to be picked up from certain sites in the city to be transported to schools. So they are parents who have to go to multiple schools. So I don't know if it's being thought out whether they're going to have to bring their kids to one place at 6 o'clock in the morning, to get on one bus or get 2 buses or 3 buses. How is this going to work? And how the parents are going to plug into this system so they know clearly where do I have to drop my kid off? How are they going to get picked up? And if I have 3 kids that are going to 3 different schools, how are they going to get there, right? So it's one thing to say we're going to change this, and then we're going to change it and take responsibility for it, but they're changing it and making the parents responsible for it at the same time. It seems to me ridiculous.
Mr. Mayor, when were you consulted on this university enrollment process?
Oh, I was never consulted on it. Right, so I was sent briefings maybe 2 or 3 different times as I became mayor, and through the mail, notebooks that I read, briefings about the One Newark plan. My meeting on Wednesday of next week, Wednesday or Thursday, I believe, we get to talk to the superintendent at length and in depth about the One Newark plan and about the concerns that I have.
Should you have been consulted about this process?
Well, I think that there are many people that should have been consulted about the process. I was in the process of running for office, so I know that there were some problems about maybe getting me down to consult me, but other than myself, there are parent organizations, there are community organizations, there are educators, there are academics, there are many people in the city that probably should have been consulted. There's a difference between consulting people and telling people your plan. So if I tell you my plan after I've created it, then I'm not consulting you. Consultation begins at the inception of the plan. So when we start talking about a plan on its face, we should begin consulting residents and stakeholders in the city about the plausibility of this plan. Right?
2 weeks out from the first day of school, and based on what you've been hearing,
I can't hear you.
2 weeks out from the first day of school, and based on everything that you're hearing from parents, what do you anticipate that first day of school is going to look like in Newark?
Well, I just pray to God that it doesn't look like West Kenny did yesterday, right? Because if it looks like that, we're all in deep trouble. And I am deeply concerned. As an educator for 22 years in Newark Public School District, I have never seen the registration process this crazy. Never. If this is any indication of the first day of school, I think we're in bad shape. First day of school, by virtue of the fact that it's the first day of school, is already messy. Because in cities, in urban centers, we not only get kids registered ahead of time, but because we're an urban center, you get kids who register across the table. And you get kids who register across the table because the transient level in these cities are high. And then you get people who come in from out of the country. So we also have a high immigration rate as well. So we get people that come in from Brazil, from Portugal, from Liberia, from Sierra Leone, who register over the table, over the counter, which makes the process that much more messy and long. So that, coupled with what we have now, God bless the principals on the first 2 days of school.
Next question here, and then we have maybe 2 more questions, and we're going to have to wrap up.
Mayor, when you meet with the superintendent, what is going on?
The most important point I'm going to talk about, one is the first day of school, which is important to me. The first week, the first month of school, how do we get kids in a desk, in a building, in front of a teacher? And how does that happen in a way that is not as destructive as it appears now? That's what I'm going to talk to you about first. And secondly, about how do we scale back this plan that is obviously going forward very fast without any consultation from the community at all. How do we scale it back? How do we involve the community? How do we make some of these things begin to stop and reverse until we bring the community in? gives it.
And it's more fair and it's more equitable. Now, policy. Yes. And I know parents change the school side. That really matters. What's your response to that?
Well, that statement just undermining the statement, so you answered it right there. So the idea that it's giving parents choices to go to these schools is obviously not true, right? So because there are many parents who believe that they didn't get a choice to go to the schools that they wanted to go to anyway. But I think the idea of a good school is based on people's perception of what they're looking for in the school and what they think is happening. There's schools that have, in my estimation, that have been given this kind of moniker of bad school, right, when they've been making progress, right? And I think it's been very arbitrarily done. There's schools that have been closed that have been doing better than schools that have been renewed, right? So there are schools on the list, that are called renew schools that parents, by the way, don't want to choose. Right? But then there's a school that's on there that's been closed, and parents say that what that's not been on there because it's been closed, and parents say, where is that school? So when I went to West Virginia, they got a list of schools that are available. Parents have asked me, where is this specific school? And I have to tell them that either the school is full or it doesn't exist anymore, right? And so, which is the case. And then there's schools on the list that have been renewed that parents don't want their kid to go to. So in their mind, they don't think that school, even in its renewal status, is not good. So there's schools like Hawthorne, for example, that was faring better than some of the renewed schools when Hawthorne was closed and the renewed school remained open and people are putting money and investing. So to me, it's very arbitrary. Who decides what school is good? What are the criteria that surround that? And how are we marketing that to parents?
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming. The mayor does have another appointment, so I'm sorry he has to leave. But we do have some parents that are in the front. If there's any members of the press that would like to speak to them, and like I said, if you have any other questions, please see me. I will still be here. Thank you very much, Mayor Baraka, for your time.